Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. This time we're taking a look at the 1998 Mazda Roadster 1.6 S package. This is our first race modded NB to take on the course. We've had a couple of NBs go around. We had the VS and the D-Rights car that doesn't really count. So it'll be interesting to see how this one gets along with its race mod. This is the lightest of all of the NBs in the game. However, that does come at a cost of, well, straight out power, because it's only the 1.6. And if the 1.6 litre NAs are anything to go by, they're not massively quick. Front engined, rear wheel drive, 244 horsepower, 909 kilos. Pretty okay-ish stats. Again, maybe would have liked to have a little bit less weight with the power, but there you go. Unfortunately, this race mod for the MB as well isn't the most exciting thing in the world. It's just sort of a stripe down it. You get the hardtop, which is cool, but no. For my favourite MX-5, this isn't one of my favourite race mods, I've got to be honest. Anyways, this car is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can, as the wheels unfortunately clip through it. Current leader is the Mitsubishi FTO LM Edition, set a time of 27.131. This car obviously is not beating that. In terms of NBs, the slowest one we've had is obviously the D-Rights car. Then there is the Mazda Roadster A-Spec version, which sits with a 31.514. And then finally the 1.8 VS with a 31.127. Again, that's the 1.8. So I don't really know if there's much comparable to this. I guess the Roadster A-Spec, ideally. But it'll be the 1.8 RS, which will be the quickest of all of the NBs. And that's going to be the interesting one to watch and see if that can take the fight to the standard UNOS Roadsters, the NA MX-5s, because they've been pretty quick around here, and in fact they are currently the quickest of all of the MX-5s if you ignore the Mazda Speed versions, but they're all NA versions as well, actually, come to think of it, so there you go. 31.745 on its first flyer. This does feel like a pretty nice driving car. It is exactly what I suspected it would be. Very nice driving car, just not powerful, so it can't really do a whole lot in terms of its... Sorry, just had to pause there because it sounded like World War III was happening, and then it turns out it's just the red arrows or something going overboard. So fair enough. Right, anyways, where were we? We was on with this little red arrow, this white and red striped symbol of excellence with its strange gold wheels. You know, I was saying a couple of episodes ago about how they nailed the wheel choice on the Starlet. This is not one of the cars they nailed the wheel choice on. I think it's the same race mod for the NB as well, so the NB, oh sorry, the 1.8 RS, so I think we're just going to use the different colour scheme for that one. So this has got the white and red, and that's going to run the silver and blue, I think is the other one, or maybe it'll be white and blue on that. I don't know if there's some slight colour differences and wheel differences between the two. Anyways, 31.478 was set, so that does mean this is slightly quicker than that A-Spec Roadster. I can't remember what engine was in that A-Spec. I can't remember how quick it was. If I had to guess, it was a detuned version of the 1.8. By detuned, I don't mean like it's actually detuned from factory, because that wouldn't make any sense. But it's compared to the tuning potential you can get with the actual 1.8 in the game, the pre-tuned cars usually have very slightly lower limits to the upgrades. Anyways, we're going to go fractionally quicker there, 31.360. I feel like there's at least 0.1 in that to come out of that, because that was actually quite nice to drive. That's one of those cars where, to be honest, I could probably drive this around all day and be quite happy. Although the wheel clipping through it is a little bit disconcerting, but yeah, good car to drive, very solid. Just, yeah, it's everything I expected it to be. There's just not enough power to really make it top tier. So, Sector 2 a little bit slower on that lap. I think I did dip a wheel on the grass at some point, so maybe that explains some of it, but as I've sort of detailed before, the sectors don't really link into each other all that well. But no, good time, good time. 31.360 will place this into 241st place. Goes in between the Honda Accord Wagon and the Toyota Corona. It is quicker than a Celica Elegant Sports version, quicker than an AW11 MR2 and a 2000 GT. So, quicker than the GTR, the 1971 GTR as well. So, quicker than a lot of 80s rear-wheel drive cars, quicker than the Corolla 11. Yeah, I mean, it's there with the Nissan Sunny, which was another great car to drive, just not a lot of power in it. And stuff it's slower than is some of the really uncontrollable stuff. The 4-speed RX-7, Tom's Supra, the SVX with its 4-speed box, that wasn't very good. But it's not a million miles off those cars, and again, I think there's probably 0.1 in there if you sort of kept bombing round and round and round, so good car, good car. There's just a lack of power, which is something we can easily rectify, and we'll see that in the coming months. Anyways, that is it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be driving something completely different. Until then, farewell.
Where my hopes and dreams are going. I'll only got up in a wall that you are not part of. Eyes on the slit of your father with love.